Good afternoon, this is Nekroz from Gandora Gaming, and we got some brand new Nekroz support revealed, which is super exciting. This is the last of the Duel Terminal 2 support. If you don't know, Nekroz, Jirax, and a whole bunch of other Duel Terminal lore archetypes have just got their support, and the last one for Duel Terminal 2 has been confirmed to be Nekroz. We got 4 new cards. Hopefully they can bring Nekroz back into the metagame. We'll just have to see. Nekroz used to be one of the Tier 0 decks of 2015, one of the best decks of Yu-Gi-Oh's history, and definitely one of the best ritual decks of all time, if not the best ritual deck of all time when it comes to representation, and its heyday, of course. But the deck is definitely falling off. Unicorn Pass is no longer viable, but we got 4 new cards, so hopefully they can bring this deck back from the grave and make Nekroz great again. So we'll just have to see. So first things first, we have 2 new main deck monsters. Well, technically 3 because we also got a new ritual. This is a brand new Advanced Magical Swordsman of the Nekroz. This guy is a level 4 water spellcaster. 1500 attack, 800 defense. It looks badass. You can only use the 3rd effect of this card once per duel. When this card is normal summon, spell summon 1 Nekroz monster from your deck, except Advanced Swordsman of the Nekroz. So I guess here you're supposed to normal summon out this guy. This guy's effect spell summon out either the new one, the new priestess lady, or Nekroz's shirt directly from the deck. This also can be treated as one entire ritual summon, which is nice. So Shurit, if you don't know, is also another main deck monster that treats itself as an entire ritual summon. And also, if Shurit is tributed, you can search any Nekroz warrior from your deck to hand, which is really nice. When this card is tributed, add any number of your banished Nekroz cards with different names from your deck to hand. So that's also really, really strong, but that's a once per duel effect. This card basically allows you to add back your banished Nekroz cards. There are some Nekroz ritual spells that banish themselves or banish other Nekroz cards in order to get bonus effects. And I guess this guy says, hey, you can add back from banish now, which is pretty solid. Basically, this card says, hey, normal summon me, spell summon out Shurit, proceed from there, which is pretty nice. Next, we have Nekroz Emily, Dance Priestess of the Nekroz. This is a level 4 spellcaster, effect monster, 1600 attack, 800 defense. It's another water spellcaster, which is really cool. This lady, if a warrior Nekroz monster is on the field or in the graveyard, spell summon this card to the hand. That's pretty solid, so this is a free extended from hand. If this card is no more spell summon, add 1 Nekroz ritual spell or Nekroz spell from your deck to hand. And then if you ritual summon exactly 1 Nekroz ritual monster with this card, requires the entire tribute. So it counts itself as the entire tribute, and on no more special, it adds either a ritual spell or a ritual monster that includes the name Nekroz. So it's basically a extender Manju to 10,000 hands, which is really, really solid. And then, of course, it just says, hey, if you control a warrior Nekroz monster, spell summon from hand, that means shirt. So the idea is that you want to normal summon Swordsman and Nekroz because he's a spellcaster. Nekroz are the spellcasters here. Will then spell summon shirt from deck. Then if you have her in hand, you can spell summon out Priestess. Priestess gets you to search whatever ritual spell you need. And then all 3 of them are the full ritual summon of whatever monster you want to do. Not to mention, they're all waters. So you can also make Bahamut Shark with them, which is pretty nice. Next we have the new ritual monster. This is Metatron no Nekroz, or Nekroz of Metatron. It's a level 9 light worm ritual pendulum effect monster. 2500 attack, 3000 defense, scale 5. So this is a ritual scale monster. Eventually you'll be able to pen summon with rituals because you're just getting all these kinds of scales. You can only use each effect of this card once a turn. This is its scale effect. If a Nekroz card becomes banished face up, target 1 spell and trap on the field and banish it. So if a Nekroz cards get banished, you just pop spells and traps while this card's in your pendulum scale. That's pretty solid. Its monster effect is that you can ritual summon this card using any Nekroz ritual spell. It must be ritual summon without using a level 9 monster. So it says use the main deck monsters. You can only use the first monster effect to discard any once a turn. During the main phase, quick effect, target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Banish this card until the end phase, and if you do, banish that target. Any monster destroyed at battle with a Nekroz monster is banished. So, this is an interesting interruption. So basically, it's SP Little Knight. It banishes itself to permanently banish an opponent's monster during the main phase. And this is a quick effect. It is a 2500 at 3000 defense. And it also says any monster that is destroyed by a Nekroz monster is banished. Meaning if you run over all your opponent's monsters, they will be banished while this thing's on field, which is pretty nice. And finally, we have Nekroz no Sumonoi. Nekroz Divine Magical Mirror. It's a new quick play ritual spell. You can only use the first and second effect of this card once per turn each. During the main phase, ritual summon one Nekroz ritual monster from your hand or banishment by tributing monsters from a hand or field, or sending Nekroz monsters from the extra deck whose total. Sending Nekroz monsters from your extra deck to grave, whose total level equals or exceeds the level. Is there Nekroz monsters in the extra deck? Well, I guess she could be in the extra deck because when she dies, she goes face up. Does she go? How you put her in the scales? I'm actually kind of confused now. So, the second effect is during the main phase, you can banish this card and one Nekroz monster from your graveyard to add one ritual Nekroz spell from your deck to hand. So it adds back any ritual spell, which is pretty nice. So how do I feel about his support? I think it's definitely very interesting. I actually don't know how this lady puts herself into the pen scale, because she has no effect to place herself in the pen scale. So I don't know how you're ever supposed to get her pen effect unless you just hard place her into the scale, which I don't know if that's worth it. That's all up to you. I guess she is just, you can just place her in the scale and just go from there. But besides that, I actually don't know. She has no way to put herself in scale once ritual summon, which kind of sucks. Is there other Nekroz ritual monsters that would be in the extra deck? So she is a level 9, so that, I think that allows you to ritual summon basically all the rituals except the level 10. Let's go. You can ritual summon or sending Nekroz monsters from your extra deck to graveyard. Let me Google this. Is there any Nekroz extra deck monsters, like besides this pendulum lady? I really don't know. Nekroz. I'm pretty sure they're all just rituals. There are the pendulum Nekroz, but are they good? Are we supposed to be playing the pendulum Nekroz monsters? If so, I don't know how we're supposed to combo with them. That's the only thing I can think of, is that it's trying to bridge the... If you don't know, the Nekroz is a ritual archetype. There's also pendulum Nekroz, because the Nekroz bridge into like a weird pendulum mechanic. I'm not really sure. But ultimately these cards are interesting, and I want to see where it goes from here. I don't know if it's good enough to bring them back into the meta. This is another interruption for them, which is nice. I just don't know if it's enough. We're just gonna have to see. But yeah, there are Nekroz pendulum monsters, so maybe, possibly, maybe this card's insane. It is a quick play ritual, so it allows you to make attritional on your opponent's turn. So keep that in mind. I really don't know. This seems interesting. Tell me in the comments what you think. But yeah, I like the new support. Hopefully it's good enough. Take care. Bye-bye.